Okay, I have one tool for you today, tip, tool, whatever you want to call it, that if you can do this one thing, and this is going to be like overly simplified, but for reals, if you can practice this one thing, you will be able to rewire your brain. And that is every time you have a thought that is pro-recovery, right? That is going to, is going to help you to rewire. So a thought of, oh, that brownie looks good, but I'm really full. But you know that eating that brownie would obviously be some good rewiring, right? Because you're first eating a brownie that might be challenging for you, and you're eating when you're full. 2 rules, awesome. You're breaking both of them. That means you're rewiring something. So anytime you have a thought that's going to lead to some good rewiring, I want you to completely block any thought after that. It's done. Block, 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 block. Because what thoughts come up after you have the thought, I really want a brownie, but I'm full? What thoughts, right? Well, I'm sure you're thinking, oh gosh, racing thoughts of, oh, I can't have that because I just ate and I'm not even hungry. And if I save it for later, then I think I'll enjoy it more. And if I have it now, then I feel like I can't have one later. And I ate so much at lunch that it just makes no sense to eat a brownie. And brownies terrify me. And I ate that thing for breakfast earlier. So you see what I mean? Anytime you start engaging in any thought other than, I want that brownie, the eating disorder will win. It's going to be a huge debate in your head, and it's going to feel like a lot of stress. So practice this tool of when you have the thought of even like, I just need to sit down on the couch right now. I just need to sit down. If you notice yourself doing some lower level movement and you have the thought of, I really should just sit down because you're in recovery and you're trying to rewire a movement compulsion, immediately sit down, block the thought and sit down. Just act, kind of going along with that 5-second rule I talk a lot about. Just don't allow any other thoughts, because what thoughts are going to come up after you do that? Oh, I'm just going to finish this thing and then that. And I feel like I have to because yesterday I moved this much. And so if I get that much in now, I feel more calm when I sit down, blah, 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 blah. So long as you're listening to all of that, you're going to, again, just elevate that amount of anxiety and stress. And it's going to feel really hard for you to fight against that. And most times, 9 times out of 10, that eating disorder will win that situation or that fight, debate, whatever you want to call it in your head. So please, practice this tool today as you're listening to this. And I know you have those like healthy thoughts in your head, those I want to recover thoughts. Like, I know I want to do this, or the kind of like rush of adrenaline when you think about going and doing some kind of challenge. And then what happens after? The eating disorder immediately takes it away from you because you allow all those thoughts to flood your mind. So when you have that initial, I'm going to go challenge this. I want to do this. I should really tackle that. Just know thoughts are going to pop up. You're going to block them away. And you're going to go after it, because those are the opportunities that you'll have to rewire. That is how you change your brain. You don't change your brain when everything seems perfect because you thought of a brownie and you haven't eaten in a couple hours and you feel actually hungry and you haven't had a brownie yet and it's nighttime and you eat the brownie. It's like, okay, great, you ate the brownie, but are you really rewiring a lot? No, those opportunities in the first instance where I talked about you being full and you just eaten and you have a rule of only 1 brownie a day, but you do it anyways. That's where the action happens. Like, that's where the rewiring is happening. So I just want you to kind of remember, what is the purpose of recovery? Why are you in recovery? Obviously, because you want to be free from your eating disorder. And what do you have to do in order to be free from your eating disorder? You have to change the way that your brain reacts and thinks about food, exercise, and your body. And if you're not allowing yourself to run into and expose yourself to these fears, your brain isn't going to rewire. And without rewiring, you will not recover. So that's my very simple message today. Please go practice that tool. You have the thought, you know it's a recovery thought. No other thoughts are allowed to follow you. Act immediately. All right, have a good day.